One evening at dusk, as Noah stood on his ark, putting real oil in starboard side lamp, his wife came along and said, "Noah, something's wrong. Our cabin's getting quite damp." Noah said, "Is that so?" Then he went down below, and he found it were right what she said, for there on floor a puddle he saw, and it was slopping around under bed. He said, "There's an hole in bottom somewhere. We must find it afore we retire." Then he thought for a bit, and he said, "Aye, that's it. A bloodhound's what we require." So he went and he fetched bloodhound from the place where it lay. 'Tween skunk and polecat it were, and as things below were a trifle so-so, it were glad of a breath of fresh air. They followed the sound as it sniffed around, till at last they located the leak for a small hole inside, about 2 inches wide, where a swordfish had poked its beak. And by gum out water squirted in through the hole, when young Shem, who at sums were an expert, worked it out on his slate that it came in at a rate of a gallon per second per squirt. Bloodhound tried hard to keep water in check by lapping it up with his tongue, but it came in so fast through all that at last he shoved it in his nose as a bung. Poor faithful hound, he were very near drowned. They dragged him away none too soon, for the steam as it rose pushed it up through his nose, and he blew up like a balloon. And then Mrs. Noah shoved her elbow into the hole and said, "It's stopped, I believe." But they found very soon that she altered her tune when water got up to her sleeve. Then she saw her elbow wasn't doing much good. She said to Noah, "I've an idea. You sit on leak, and by end of week there's no knowing weather might clear." Noah didn't think much of notion at all, but reckoned he'd give it a try. On the hole down he flopped, and the leaking all stopped, and all except him were quite dry. They took him his breakfast, and dinner, and tea, and after day he sat, till rain were all past, and they landed at last on top of side Mount Ararat. And that is how Noah got them all safe ashore. But ever since then, strange to tell, them as helped save the ark all carried a mark, aye, and all their descendants as well. That's why a dog has a cowed nose, and ladies cold elbows. And you'll also find, if you inquire, that's why a man takes his coat tails in hand, and he stands with his back to fire.